Is it the same kid that sat next to you and ate sandwiches? Maybe he's a guy you can use.
Good evening and welcome to John A. Oberg Stadium at Delsea High School for a quarterfinal playoff game between the visiting Red Raiders of Ocean City and your Delsea Crusaders. Today's contest is being conducted according to the rules of the NJ.
So all four of their captains are linemen.
Competition among players. Spectators can help promote good sportsmanship by observing the rules of fair play. Any verbal, written, or physical conduct related to
this kid probably has a good future.
Ethnicity, disability, sexual orientation, or religion shall not be tolerated and subject the violator to ejection.
I missed it.
And may result in penalties being assessed against your team. Each one is requested to take personal responsibility for keeping this competition at a high level of good sportsmanship. Thank you for your anticipated cooperation in this matter.
Live presentation of the national anthem here at the John Oberg Stadium here at Franklinville. Delsea hosting Ocean City in the South Jersey Group 3 opener. In the game of the week, produced by Prime Events here on 106.3 The Shore, brought to you by Atlantic Care with urgent care centers all over South Jersey. Vince Sionase, a certified public accountant in Northfield, concentrates in the following areas: individual and business taxation, tax resolution services, bookkeeping and payroll, and sales tax. The office of Vince Sionase is at 231 West Glen Cove Avenue at the corner of Route 9 in Northfield. Phone 609-677-4977. Vince Sionase wants to solve your tax and accounting problems. Don't forget, you can watch live streaming of this game. Bill Shallcross is at the camera, and produced by Matt Ulmer by going to oceancitysports.com. Delsea will kick off. And Jimmy Kimmel is going to kick off.
Mention that to you before.
6'3", 177-pound senior. We knew he was versatile.
You love to play defense first in a big game like this, Tom.
Well, that's what Delsea's going to do. It's a low kick. It rolls to about the 20-yard line. Picked up there by Shallcross. Shallcross is out to the 30 and maybe the 31 before he's taken down. So Ocean City will start at about, it looks like it's about the 32-yard line. Officials may reposition it, but the Raiders will be with adequate field position.
You know, Tom, again, I think you like to play defense because you want to get the bugs out, the jitters out, so to speak, and really get an opportunity to do that when you're playing defense to start with. Plus, they deferred.
Feifel to take the snap, back to his right, keeps it. Feifel going right, he's hit immediately and stopped for about a 1-yard loss.
Yeah, he just tried that right side and didn't get the block he needed. Delsea right there for no gain. The Raiders are going without a huddle.
Is 727 yards rushing this year from the quarterback position. Back to his left, slot to the left. They move the back Bergman out to the left. Feifel keeps again. He picks up a couple of yards, but it's going to be third down and about 9 for Ocean City.
Jay Wright with the tackle. 6'1", 197-pound sophomore middle linebacker.
Wonder if he's a Villanova fan.
So they got Jimmy Kimmel and Jay Wright. It's tough.
And Steve Forbes, too.
Oh, he'd be my man.
3rd and 9. Feifel awaits the snap. Back to his right. Receiver to the left. He's gone. A little shovel pass. It's incomplete.
That could have been disastrous.
Trying that little shovel pass to Bergman in the middle. The pass was either deflected, it fell to the ground. That counts as an incomplete pass. So Ocean City will punt the football. Mason Maxwell looks to be back to receive that punt back around his own 30-yard line.
Mason Maxwell.
He's the quarterback.
For Delsea.
Delsea real strong on defense in that first series.
Here's the punt. It's low. It rolls to the 45, inside the 40, and Ocean City has it covered. Delsea will put it into play from its own 37-yard line.
And, they've worked on many times, and they know they got to wait till that ball's away.
As they did against St. Joe's, Ocean City will be playing Feifel on defense. He's a very good defensive player. Maxwell under center, keeps it, going right. He's across the 40 and out to almost the 44-yard line for a gain of about 6.
So Feifel runs the first 2 downs for the Raiders. Maxwell, the quarterback, runs the first down for Delsea. And again, mirror image. Different color helmets. The Raiders wear black helmets with a red and white stripe. Delsea wears a red helmet with 3 white stripes.
Bourget, the single back in the backfield. Maxwell up under center, has motion coming from the right, gives to Bourget off the right side. He's got a first down out near the 50-yard line.
Couple Raiders in there, Angst Meehan on the tackle.
Tommy Meehan.
So it'll be 1st and 10 for Delsea at their own 49-yard line. Former Raider Jeff Hoffner is watching. And you can too at oceancitysports.com. Bourget off the left side. He shoots through. He's still on his feet at the 45 and gets almost to first down yardage. Looks to be just short. We'll see where they spot the ball.
Boy, he hit the hole really quickly and dragged the tackler for 3-4 extra yards. Again, they have a series. I won't say plethora this early in the broadcast, but they got a lot of guys who can run the football.
Maxwell goes to the sideline and brings the play in. They're not holding up signs here at Delsea. He's up under center. Receiver split to the left. Hands the ball off. Bourget's got the first down. He's at the 40, maybe to the 39, and driven back. So another first down for Delsea. In their first possession, they're on the move.
Yep. Again, they're not going to see a lot of misdirection, a lot of special stuff. I mean, they're going to hand the ball off to their big backs and their speedster, and occasionally Maxwell will run the ball himself.
1st and 10. Now off the right side, running room, spins out of a tackle at the 30, steps over another tackler, and down inside the 15-yard line. Tamir Kizzy, 5'10", 198-pound senior coming from the left wing, and he got a first down all the way down to the Ocean City 10. Don't think they can get a first down. I guess maybe they can. It might be just outside the 10-yard line. But Delsea on the move.
Isaac Robertson actually saved that touchdown, and after he broke a couple of tackles, Robertson was the only one left to prevent him from getting in the end zone.
So he is just over the 10, so it's 1st and goal. And Maxwell, I thought, wanted to hand that ball off to Bourget, and they kind of bumped into each other. Ocean City defender may have pushed them into each other, and so Maxwell kept it and hit off the left side. Chad Dodonna stopped him at about the 8-yard line.
Yeah, I agree with you, Tom. I think he did want to hand the ball off, and the defense that time stuffed the play so quickly he really couldn't make the handoff that he wanted to, and was still able to gain, a couple yards out of it. Did you say they're not able to get a first down because they were inside the 10?
Yeah, it's 2nd and goal.
Right.
At about the 8. Maxwell under center has a man in motion. This time he keeps it off the right side, dives at the goal line, and in for the touchdown. An 8-yard run by Mason Maxwell, and Delsea's on the board.
Yeah, he kind of faked the handoff into the middle of the line and bounced off it himself around to the outside, and really kind of went in untouched there almost. Pretty nice play and a good run. As we've said, he's scored several touchdowns.
Here's the extra point. The kick's high enough and good.
Maxwell on the extra point.
So 7:41 left here in the first quarter.
Your
Delsea draws first blood.
Ocean City.
And they lead 7-0.
They do indeed. Sure True Value Hardware in Summers Point hopes that you'll continue to shop locally. They offer friendly service and expert advice. At Sure Hardware, they'll do anything to help. They're open Monday.
3 plays. Delsea turns around and marches right down the field and scores on their first possession.
Here's the kickoff from Kimmel. Again, it's a ground ball. It goes to about the 26-yard line. Actually, there's a penalty against Delsea. So they're going to kick off again from the 35-yard line.
Had a couple guys cross the line before the kick.
There will be a re-kick.
I thought that happened a lot last week, but it wasn't called at all. So obviously our angle wasn't as good. That was pretty obvious that time.
Pleasantville turned the ball over on an interception, and West Deptford ended up scoring later on a 1-yard run. It's West Deptford 7, Pleasantville nothing on the Atlantic Care scoreboard. Here comes the kick from Kimmel. This one a little higher, carries down to the 30, rolls into about the 26. Shallcross with it across the 30 and out to the 34-yard line.
Bob Shallcross on the return.
So he has returned both kickoffs for the Raiders as one of the upbacks.
Gebhardt.
And the Raiders will try to get something moving here.
The Red Raiders.
They'll start on their own 34-yard line.
At their own 34-yard line.
Gonna need those big guys up front to open some holes.
Ocean City, as they always do, huddles on the sideline with the coach and come out on the field together. Feifel awaits the snap. He hands it off inside. Bergman spins out of a tackle and brings it out to the 40-yard line for a 6-yard gain.
Yeah, that was a good run by Bergman off the left side. And the Raiders are looking to go quickly again without a huddle, trying to get the play in from the sideline and get moving. Here they go.
Feifel tells his line something, drops back into position. Now they shift the tight end and the wing back to the right side, and flags come flying.
Yeah. It's going to be a procedure penalty against the Raiders.
So it'll be a second and a little less than 10 yards to go.
Not sure what happened there.
They've been doing that all year.
Yeah, must have been somebody else.
Somebody inside must have moved.
Yep. So they lose the yardage they gained on first down.
Rancocas Valley has scored. They lead Eastern 7-0 in Group 5.
Nice.
Big favorite in that game. Feifel with it, rolling right. He throws a pass to the sideline. Shallcross dives. Did he make the catch? He did. At the 49-yard line.
Outstanding catch over there, and I think that both teams are expecting the other team to run quite a bit, and the Raiders may need some of that to open things up a little bit. A well-thrown pass and a nice catch by Shallcross. 1st and 10
at the 49. Feifel hands the ball off, trying to get to the outside. Robertson pulls out of a tackle and gets inside the 45-yard line for a gain of about 6 or 7 yards. Lenape has scored. They lead Vineland 7-0 in Group 5 playoff action. We're going to try and keep you posted on all the games, all the playoff games, not just the ones involving Cape Atlantic League schools, because in a way, they all do involve Cape Atlantic League schools. Here's a handoff inside, and nothing there for Bergman. He stopped just across the line of scrimmage, so it'll be 3rd and about 3.
Boy, what a tackle there, number 63, Colin Poisker.
And Colin Poisker.
3rd and about 3. Feifel puts Bergman in motion to the right. Feifel goes left, and he's hit pretty close to the line to go, but I think just short of it. We'll see what the officials think.
Ran right into the arms of number 32, Khalil Burnett down there. I think that it appears almost as if Delsea's going to key on Feifel, because he does obviously run the ball quite a bit, and here they go.
4th and a yard. Feifel gives it to Bergman, and he shoots through there for the first down inside the 40-yard line.
Good, strong run. Had a nice head of steam on just a couple of steps. Kind of ducked down underneath some of those big guys up at the line of scrimmage and was able to get first down yardage. A nice run.
1st and 10 on the 39 of Delsea. He had an electrifying 49-yard touchdown run against St. Joe's, Ocean City's only score last week. This time Feifel keeps going left. He's hit behind the line and may have gotten back to the line of scrimmage. Good penetration by Jake Nwosi.
Yeah, he again ran into a Delsea player who fought off a block. Jake Nwosu.
He's a 6'1", 206-pound sophomore defensive end.
Probably one of the smaller guys out there looking at these sizes.
Here's a handoff to Robertson. Robertson finds some room, and he's down close to the first down near the 30-yard line.
Good run by Robertson and tackled by one of the defensive backs back there. Anytime your defensive backs are making the tackles, you're not happy.
3rd and about a yard. Feifel takes the snap, gives off to Bergman, who spins into the line.
Number 4, Liam Bergman on the carry.
And he's got the first down at about the 27-yard line.
Yeah, that time looked like Delsea had a bit of a blitz on, and Bergman was able to get by it before it was able to spoil the play.
Feifel hands it off to Bergman again, and Bergman is stopped at the 25-yard line. Atlantic Care scoreboard, Cinnaminson leads Camden 14-0 at the half. They started that game early. Shawnee leads Absegami 7-0. Timber Creek over Seneca 7-0. Pensauken leads Morristown 7-0. So some surprises in the early scores.
I'm not going to be able to keep up.
Feifel hands off to Robertson, and he hits straight ahead down to about the 22-yard line.
Did you say Timber Creek was leading Seneca 7-0?
Yes, that's expected. And Shawnee over Absegami's probably expected, but nobody thought Camden would be down 2 touchdowns to Cinnaminson at the half. The same Camden team that beat Rancocas Valley a couple of weeks ago, handing them their only defeat, also beat Cedar Creek comfortably. Feifel awaits the snap, 3rd and 5. He keeps going right, sees some room, avoids a tackler, avoids another, and backs his way, stays on his feet down to about the 17-yard line, looks to have the first down.
Boy, that's a good, strong run by Feifel there. And, you know, a lot of times you don't expect your quarterback to have that extra push and shove and gain those extra few yards after contact, and he gained a good 5 yards on sheer individual effort there. Just a really nice, strong run.
Ocean City with another first down.
So it's on the 17-yard line. 1st and 10, Ocean City. Started this drive back on their own 34. Up the middle, and Robertson is into the end zone. So Ocean City bounces right back, and Robertson takes it up the middle for a 17-yard touchdown, and the Raiders are down a point with the extra point coming.
Well, interestingly enough, Tom, after that first series where they looked, 3 and out, didn't gain a yard, maybe gained 1. Delsea was so dominant defensively in that first series, and then after the Crusader touchdown, the Raiders come right back down the field in a series of nice runs to tie things up pending this extra point.
Keith Larkin to kick. Ball is down, the kick is up, it's high enough, and good. We're tied at 7 with 2:39 remaining in the first period here at John Oberg Stadium at Delsea. Wiesenthal's Auto Service in Ocean City, their staff will repair your vehicle and prevent potential problems. Call them at 609-399-9. That reading. Larkin to kick off. Looks like he's going to pooch it, but we'll see. Yep, a little pop-up. Ocean City does this a lot. It's caught at the 40. Fair catch was signaled, and that's where Delsea will put it into play. Keeson Fowler making the catch.
Fowler with the fair catch. Delsea will take over.
And then the Raiders, again, they
At their own 39-yard line.
change that around. Sometimes they do that little pooch. Sometimes after 2 or 3 times, maybe the other team's looking for it, and
Well,
kick it a little further and hope to recover it.
Almost every team they've played, including West Windsor Plainsboro South, had a dangerous back, so they've been pooching it most of the year. They stopped doing it against Mainland, and Mainland brought 2 kicks back for touchdowns. So
they're not used to the coverage.
Here's a handoff. And pulling out of a tackle for a first down across the 50 to about the 49 is Aiden Bourget, as it looked like he might be stopped for a 3 or 4 yard gain. He gets about 11. The ball's out to the 50.
Yeah, I mean, you're going to have to wrap him up. I mean, that looked like a case down low where the defender, just tried to take his legs out from under him, but he stepped over it. You're going to have to wrap him up.
First and 10 at midfield. Here he is again, and this time he's got about 4 to the Ocean City 46-yard line.
Yeah, tackled by Meehan. He's a dangerous runner, Bourget, and just if you're going to key on him, they have other guys. Maxwell runs the ball well from the quarterback position. As you mentioned earlier, Tom, they also have Tamir Kizzy. But Bourget is going to get the majority of the work. He's, 1,600 yards?
Yeah, 1,700 by now. There he is again. Off the left side, there's a flag on the play, and he gets to about the 41-yard line.
It's going to be short of the first down. We'll see what the flag is. Ocean City players are clapping.
Probably keep warm. It's an illegal block against Delsea. It's going to push them back. Delsea, we mentioned John Oberg earlier, but their coach, Sal Marchese, is in his 23rd year and 197 wins and 69 defeats. They've had some remarkable records up here between him and John Oberg. He was an assistant to Oberg, I think, too. So he was involved in some of those victories. All right, so a big penalty against Delsea puts them back on their own 41, where it'll be 2nd and 19.
Well, that was a big penalty because instead of 3rd and 1 or 2, as you said, 2nd and 19.
Maxwell under center, Bourget in a single set back behind him, motion from the right side, and Maxwell keeps it. Maxwell is to the, he pitches it back as he gets to the 40, and Tamir Kizzy, who made that big run in the earlier possession, takes off down the sideline and gets all the way to the Ocean City 45-yard line.
That's a play the Raiders use as well. It's an option, and when you have a quarterback who can run the football, you run him, and then if you need to, you pitch back. And fortunately for the Raiders, he was up against the sideline there. The pitch back was close to the sideline, and he didn't have much room to run.
He'd already turned it up, too, when he pitched it back. Bourget hits the line. He shoots through there to the 40. He's into the open, breaking to the left sideline. Pursuit by Ocean City, and they will not catch him. He is in for the touchdown. Call it a 46-yard touchdown run.
45-yard run.
His 23rd of the year.
Wow. He's definitely over that now. He just had a burst through that line of scrimmage, Tom.
Maxwell to kick the extra point. Ball is down. The kick is up. It's high enough. And good.
Boy, almost blocked down there.
So with 1:06 left in the first quarter, it's 14-7. Delsea leading Ocean City. The game of the week, produced by Prime Events on 106.3 The Shore, brought to you by Atlantic Care, with urgent care centers all over South Jersey Avenue. It's downtown Gillian's. Here comes the kickoff. Kimmel, line drive, all the way down to the 20, rolls to the 15, picked up there. Robertson looks for some room. Robertson and the kicker. Robertson is stopped by the kicker at about the 40-yard line.
He does have a lot of talents.
He can sing, he can dance, he can kick off, and he can tackle.
Well, I tell you, and again, there's another example where sometimes it's not a clean, kickoff and easily received and just stay in your lane and make your tackle. Just that little bit of hesitation, and Robertson was able to find that seam, burst up through, and if not for Kimmel, that's returned for a touchdown.
On the 41, Ocean City, trailing 14-7. Off the left side and driving out to the 45, maybe 46-yard line is Bergman. 5-yard gain, 2nd and 5.
Yeah, they did have more success running Bergman and Robertson in that second series.
There you go again. Bergman is almost to midfield. He's approaching 1,000 yards for his career.
As you said, Tom, Delsea scored averaging, 42 points or something in their last 5 games. They had 14 already here with down to the last play of this quarter. Maybe we get it off, maybe we don't.
3rd and about a yard. Feifel hands it off. 1st down, Ocean City. Down to the 45 of Delsea. Robertson gains the yardage.
Boy, there's a lot of big guys up there on that line of scrimmage.
11 first downs here in this first quarter. 6 by Ocean City, 5 by Delsea. Delsea leads the game 14-7 as the first quarter comes to an end here at John Oberg Stadium. Looking at the Atlantic Care scoreboard, Haddonfield now leads Sterling 7-0. Those two teams played last week. Yeah, I remember that.
That was pretty good.
Ball's at the Delsea 45, 1st and 10 Ocean City as we start the second quarter. Feifel, quick pass over the middle, caught, and down inside the 30. A foot race at the 20 and pulled down at about the 9-yard line. Ocean City ran a play they hadn't run all year, and Tom Meehan makes the catch and takes it down to about the 9-yard line.
Boy, what an interesting play call, and it really worked out well. About a 35-yard gain, and put the Raiders knocking on the door again.
1st and goal at the 9. Feifel gives it to Robertson. He takes a quick sidestep, gets to the 5, and dives down to about the 2-yard line.
Well, I tell you, Tom, at the rate these two teams are going, they could both score 40 points today.
Yeah, there's been no job for the punters.
Just one so far.
That's right, the first possession. Robertson gets it again. Off the left side, dives to the 1.
Robertson on the carry again.
3rd and goal.
Yeah, this will be an important play here. You know, you get that 35-yard pass completion and on a nice pass and a good run and catch, good catch and run after the catch. You got to punch it in here.
They're still watching the sideline, reading the signals.
I think you're going to see that option.
Feifel has Robertson to his left. Gives him the ball off the left side into the end zone. Ocean City bounces back again on the 2nd touchdown of the game for Robertson, and it's 14-13.
Well, they get in from what, 3-yard line? 1-yard line, okay. With
10:45 left in the first half.
And again, it was an option. He had an option to keep the ball, saw the opening, and let Robertson take it in, as you said, his 2nd touchdown of the game.
Larkin to kick the extra point. He's among the top 10 in school history in a single season. Only missed 3. Ball is down. This one's blocked.
And it is blocked.
So Delsea retains the lead, 14-13, as they block the kick. And Ocean City will kick off. Interstate Batteries of Egg Harbor Township has been providing South Jersey with outrageous dependability for over 30 years, with over 1 million battery sales. Larkin will kick off for Ocean City. It'll be a pooch again. And it's going to carry to about the 35. It'll be returned from there across the 40, 45, still going at the 50, and real good field position for Delsea. They'll be at about the Ocean City 47 or 48-yard line.
Yeah, well, the purpose of that pooch kick is it can't be returned. And that time, the Delsea player did not fair catch. And looks like that was Keon Willis. And, you know, he just made real good, 20 yards after that catch, when everybody kind of thought he'd kind of fair catch it, and decided to return it.
On the Ocean City 48, Maxwell under center. Hands the ball off and sliding through inside the 45 to about the 44-yard line is Hannah, the sophomore. A gain of about 5. 2nd and 5.
You know, Tom, it seemed like he was stopped at the line of scrimmage. And again, like Bergman did on a couple occasions, just got himself down real low and was able to get underneath the pile and pick up 5 yards there.
Millville has scored. They lead Williamstown 6-0 in Group 5. 2nd and about 6. And straight ahead, driving. Now stacked up by Ocean City a little bit, but looked like he penetrated far enough for the first down. Bourget really hits that line of scrimmage with a great deal of speed.
Yes, he does.
There's a player down for Delsea.
Well, I'm guessing it's not going to be cramps.
Well, he seems like he's maybe hit in the face or something. Not sure. And Mohamed Touré has run 59 yards for a touchdown for Pleasantville. They now trail West Deptford 14-6. Here's a handoff. Bourget has room, and he shoots through for a touchdown. He breaks into the secondary. Nobody was going to catch him, and a 37-yard touchdown for Bourget, his second of the ball game.
Unbelievable how quickly he gets through that line of scrimmage. Just, I don't know, a 46 and now a 36. And the 5th touchdown of the game, and that, since the last time I mentioned it, took about 3 seconds.
The extra point coming from Maxwell. His extra point was the difference in the game. It was a 1-point lead. Now it's a 7-point lead. This kick is high enough, but wide. So it's 20-13.
34 to go in the second quarter.
A 7-point lead for Delsea. They'll kick off to Ocean City with 9:34 remaining in the first half. If you live in
The
Cape,
question is, how long will it take the Raiders to score here?
yeah,
Based on what we've seen so far.
Lenape has scored again. They lead Vineland 14-0 in Group 5 playoff game. Kimmel kicks it, carries deep, take it with his knee. Did he have possession? Yes, the official says he did. Robertson went down to catch it. He was on his knee. It bounced off his chest, but I guess he had it long enough that they called it down. The ball's going to be spotted at the 17-yard line.
So that'll be a lot different than the last return where he was able to get it out and just had the kicker to beat, or would have returned it for a touchdown.
Make that the 17.
So now they're going to operate.
Yeah, they were at the 41 last possession.
All right, now they're going to start at the 17-yard line.
Feifel checks people. Got a wide receiver to each side. Hands the ball off to Bergman. Bergman shoots off the left side, and he stopped at about the line of scrimmage.
That gained maybe a yard at most. Tackled over there by Keeson Fowler and friends.
2nd and 9. Feifel takes a snap, keeps it going left, bumps into a blocker, but spins off of it and brings it out to the 25-yard line, where it'll be 3rd and about 2.
Good run, 5-6 yards there, and you know they got a lot of guys up near the line of scrimmage between the defensive linemen and the linebackers. You know, again, anticipating run. That's why the Raiders have had a success with the 2 passes that they've thrown.
Feifel hands it off. Robertson stacked up and driven back. Short of the first down, and in a situation where even though it's short yardage to go, Ocean City's not going to take a chance inside their own 25-yard line. So we'll see our second punt of the first half.
Yeah, that almost looked like Delsea was in the huddle, although they don't huddle.
Isn't there a white towel there on the field? I wonder why nobody picks it up.
Yeah, there is a white towel down there, but
back to kick. Lashley, high snap. He runs it to the right as he always does. Gets this one high in the air, floats it downfield. Fair catch called. There's a flag on the play. The ball rolls inside the 40 to the 38-yard line.
It's going to be a roughing the kicker penalty.
Wow.
After he kicked the ball, he got hit from behind. One of the Delsea players was chasing him as he was running to the right before he kicked it, and as he kicked it, he got hit in the back. And the Delsea coaches are arguing that he's maybe they're arguing he's a runner there, not a kicker, as he's rolling out like that. But he does that a lot. And he kicked it and got hit in the back.
So
running into the kicker penalty. 5 yards, good enough for a Raider.
But it gets him a first down, even though it's not the big penalty, the roughing penalty. It gets him a first down, Ocean City. They're 8th of the first half. Here's Feifel, hands it off, and driving inside and still driving out across the 30 to about the 33-yard line, a gain of about 4. Bergman runs hard, and of course he's got that great speed if he can get into the open.
Yeah, and they'll keep mixing it up as does Delsea.
2nd and 7.
As far as who gets it when.
Feifel gives it to Bergman. He's hitting the backfield. There's a flag on the play, and Bergman's not going to get back to the line of scrimmage.
See what that is? It came from the defensive backfield of Delsea, was thrown toward the line of scrimmage.
There's a flag on the play.
Officials huddle up. It was a 2nd and 7 play. Didn't gain anything. Illegal block. So it's against Ocean City.
You know, I don't think I've seen that penalty called
all year.
In 4, 5, 6 games, and I've seen it twice here in the first half. Once against each team.
It's a big penalty. So Ocean City's going to be deep in the hole here. They're back inside the 20 to about the 16-yard line.
That can't be a towel down there, Tom. Somebody would have picked it up by now. Now it's right there.
Mark. So it's 23 yards to go. 2nd and 23. Feifel has a slot to the left, but to the right, a wing back on the left side. Quick pass. His Shallcross was hit just as he caught it. I guess he held on to it. Out across the 20 at the 22.
Yeah, I think they were hoping to catch the defense asleep there a little bit. Shallcross just ran a quick little slant pattern for about 3-4 yards. Feifel hit him in stride, but a defender right there as one of the linebackers playing zone there.
About 18 yards to go. 3rd and 18. Feifel repositions Robertson. Takes a snap, back to throw. Little pass is tipped. Robertson goes back and catches it, but he's way back at the 6-yard line, and he's going to be brought down inside the 10-yard line. I guess he thought if I can catch this, maybe I can make something out of it, but the defense was all around him, and they lose on the completed pass back to about the 9 or 10-yard line, and Lashley will punt out of his own end zone.
Yeah, what you were talking about in that Wiesenthal spot with the tires being short on air or being cold, the football's the same way. You know, when you go to kick it, it doesn't go quite as far in the cold as it does in that nice warm 70-degree weather.
Good snap, Lashley. Not much of a rush. It's a low end-over-end kick, and Maxwell waves his arms and says, leave it alone, and they do. And they'll get the ball, Delsea will, on Ocean City's 38-yard line.
Well, that time Delsea didn't put any pressure.
Ocean City 38, they lead it here 20-13. Bourget in the backfield, and Maxwell keeps it, and he's inside the 35 to the 34 on a late flag. That's a one-time Ocean City stop, Bourget, but he didn't have the ball. 2 or 3 people hit him as he came to the line of scrimmage after the play fake.
Well, I'll bet you whatever you want that Bourget gets the handoff on the next play.
Officials haven't signaled yet, but there's a penalty here.
Personal foul
against Delsea. So that'll move them. Is there 2?
Well, whatever it was.
Unsportsmanlike conduct actually is the penalty.
Right, whatever it was.
He gave it twice.
I just think he gives it twice. He gave the blocking an illegal block twice as well. Something happened.
Of course, the more he moves around, the warmer he gets. So maybe that has something to do with it.
That was a towel. Because
they finally picked it up.
Well, whoever picked it up before just threw it to somebody. It's not on the field anymore.
2nd and 20.
Gosh, a couple of guys standing right on that towel before.
Ball's on the Ocean City 48. Maxwell under center. Motion. Maxwell keeps, no, that's Hannah, I think, on the sweep. Yep. And he's stopped by Kroger at about the 47. So all that running for a yard. It's third down and about 18 yards to go.
Well, I'm glad we didn't bet there. A couple different options he had to hand the ball
off. You said whatever I want, too.
Yeah. Gosh.
Could have had an Alaskan cruise.
Nah, you'd want a case of Pepsi or something.
Or a motorcycle. All right, Borghese, a single setback. Maxwell under center. Motion from the left side. Borghese gets it. And it's going to take 4 or 5 guys to stop him, and that's what they did. With late whistle, though. You're late with those whistles, and that's when you can have problems.
Yep. That's the first time the Raiders are going to force Delsea to punt a good defensive stand, aided by that personal foul penalty. You know, I'm glad I'm not outside here. I'd be getting ready for that Alaskan cruise, I think.
Yeah, conditioning yourself.
Yeah.
Lashley back at, or is that Shallcross? Back at the 10-yard line. Kimmel the punt.
Strange setup.
Yeah, they do have a strange alignment. Kimmel gets it downfield. It hits at the 20. It's going to roll all the way inside the 10. So Ocean City will be deep in their own territory again.
Teams run the football as much as these two teams run the football. The game goes quickly.
Ocean City on the right side, Feifel. He loses the football, rolls out of bounds. He got out to about the 12-yard line, was kind of spun to the ground. The ball came out. Not sure whether the officials would have ruled that he had lost it in contact with the ground or not, but it rolled out of bounds anyway.
Yeah, it would have been close. They were fortunate that it was near the sideline because the only thing there was black shirts.
So a gain of almost 4. Feifel awaits the snap. Hands it off inside to about the 15-yard line. Liam Bergman on the carry. Ball's out, well, actually to the 14-yard line. It'll be 3rd and 5 for Ocean City. They had to punt from deep in their own territory in the last possession. And they may have to do it again if they can't turn something around here.
Well, they had a little short pass intended last time, and it got tipped at the line of scrimmage. That's when Robertson ended up catching it back and tried to make something out of it. See if they decide to put one up here.
Well, they shift, does Ocean City, and a flag again.
Yeah, that one of the interior linemen kind of stands up a little bit and turns around and looks at the at Feifel as they're making that shift to the opposite side, and it's not the shift that's causing the penalty. It's the lineman who's getting out of his stance and looking back.
So they're back to the 9, 3rd and 10. They look to the sidelines to see if the play changes.
I would think it does.
Feifel has Bergman to his left, receiver wide to the left, takes the snap, rolling left, and he's hit at the 6 or 7 yard line. So the punt out of the end zone again.
Yeah, that play didn't have a chance. Jay Wright right there to jam that up.
St. John Vianney has scored in non-public 3. They lead Camden Catholic 7-0. St. John Vianney's undefeated.
Maybe he'll be out of the end zone before he kicks.
Maxwell at the 40, and now the officials, Ocean City's going to call timeout. Are they short a man?
Yes.
Yeah, Ocean City had a guy missing, and I guess if they'd have just tried to run him on, they would have run into a delay penalty. So they had to call timeout. Now they're ready. Now Delsea, because there's a timeout, huddles up. 5 game.
And it was 6-0 at last report. Millville was leading.
Like so many good teams, Millville does not have a really good kicking game. Good snap to Lashley. Pretty good rush. He gets the kick away. It's high. Floats downfield. Gets an Ocean City roll across the 40 and to the 44-yard line.
And the punt will be down.
Yeah, right about where Delsea started their last drive, I believe, Tom.
Last one was at 38. Shawnee has scored again. They lead Absegami 14-0. 1st and 10 at the 44 for Delsea, and whistles. Timeout, Ocean City. We're currently active in the military. Car Caress 2. Visit them tomorrow between 9 a.m. and 4 p.m. And bring your military ID. Bourget is stopped for about a 2-yard gain off the right side. It'll be 2nd and about 8. Looked like Brandon Lynn on the stop. Ocean City's leading tackler on the season.
James Rice might have got a hand while he was lying on the ground. Hard to tell there.
2nd and 8. Maxwell under center. Motion from the right. It's Bourget again. He really runs low. He gets down to about the 35-yard line. It'll be 3rd down and about a yard to go. We're down to 150 left in the first half. Delsea looking to hurry up here. They're not bringing Maxwell to the sideline to get the play. They're signaling it into him, or maybe even shouting it into him. He's staring to the sidelines.
They're definitely in 4-down territory here with 1 minute and 30 seconds left in the first half.
3rd and about 2. It's Maxwell keeping it, and he's down to the 30 for a first down. That was a nice fake. And, of course, when you're faking the Bourget, you're going to get the attention of the defense.
Yes, you are. And, you know, a scary Bourget's only a junior.
Right.
You probably mentioned that earlier, Tom. 5'10", 196-pound junior. Also plays linebacker on defense.
At 350 yards against Timber Creek in the season opener. Motion from the right side. Maxwell keeps it, pitches it back, trying to get to the outside, but pulled down out there.
Tamir Kizzy.
Lashley
with a nice tackle.
Yep. Get that little flip at the end, kind of like in a rodeo in the calf roping when they're get the last little turn and they throw their hands up to let everything.
Trying to get something going here in the final minute. They lead it 20-13. 3rd and about 6. Maxwell under center. And Bourget is driving, pulling out of a tackle. He's inside the 15 and down to about the 14 for a first down. And they're hustling to the line of scrimmage. Clock is stopped for the chains to move.
Plenty of time.
They're inside the 15-yard line. Maxwell under center. Keeps it, and he's driven back.
Jason Maxwell on the keeper.
It'll be 2nd and about 9. And another timeout called by Delsea with the 35.4 seconds on the Atlantic Care scoreboard. Bergen Catholic is ranked number 1 in the state, number 25 in the nation. And that's St. Augustine's obstacle. 2nd and 9. Maxwell under center at about the 13-yard line. Takes a snap. He's back to throw. Play action. Whistle. Stop the play. Officials were so stunned to see him throw, they blew a whistle. No, it was actually a penalty.
Illegal procedure against Delsea.
Illegal procedure.
And it took away any surprise that play might have generated as far as Delsea getting ready to throw their first pass. Although, look, he was looking to somebody in motion was going around down the right side. It looked like it was covered.
So they're back now 2nd and 14 at about the 18-yard line.
It'll be 2nd and 14 for the Crusaders.
Still 32 seconds left in the first half. I don't know if they have another timeout or not. Now, players stand up again. What's going on? Somebody lose a piece of equipment?
You say 35.
Receivers left and right.
They want 35 seconds.
Maxwell's under center. Oh, they want 35 seconds put back on the clock because they had a whistle blow on that play, the illegal procedure play that the clock actually ran for a few seconds. So 35 seconds up on the clock now. 2nd and 14. Delsea leads here 20-13 over Ocean City, and Delsea has the ball trying to score again. Motion from the left side. Back to throw is Maxwell. Little screen to the left. It's Bourget. He's got open field. He's at the 5, and he's in for the touchdown. An 18-yard touchdown pass. And Bourget has scored his 3rd touchdown of the game.
Well, that really isn't a surprise that Maxwell would throw a screen pass and he'd throw it to Bourget, because Bourget is so dangerous in open field, and there you could see an example of it. Last time they looked like they were going to throw the ball down the right side when the play was stopped for the illegal procedure penalty. That time they went to the screen pass on the left side. And Bourget just did the rest.
26-13, they'll go for 2. Maxwell is up under center. Motion from the left side. Maxwell keeps going right, and he's in for the 2-point conversion.
Maxwell on the keeper for the 2-point conversion.
So with 26 seconds left to go here in the half, that's a big, big score as far as the Raiders. Instead of going in down 1 touchdown, they're going down 2 touchdowns at the half.
28, here he comes. Line drive kick, and it rolls to the 19-yard line. Robertson has it. Robertson is out across the 25 and close to the 30-yard line.
Robertson on the return.
Yeah, the Raiders are going to get a play or 2. We'll see what happens here. I think they've used all their timeouts. They used 2 right in a row.
Yeah.
Be anxious to see if they're just content to, let the clock run out, or if they want to take a shot downfield with 20 seconds. They certainly don't want to turn the ball over here and give Delsea another opportunity.
Rancocas Valley scores again. They lead 22-0 over Eastern. 1st and 10, alone in the backfield is Feifel. He goes straight up the middle, and Feifel gets some yardage. He's out across the 40 to the 43. We'll find out if they have a timeout left.
Tymer Kizzy.
They do. Timeout Ocean City as they get the first down with 15 seconds remaining in the first half. He's out to the Vineland 21-0 on the Atlantic Cares. Vineland this is the 9th year they've qualified in the football playoffs, and they're 0-8. They've never won a playoff game. Lost a tough one last year to Hal on a big play in the closing seconds. Feifel has 2 backs in the backfield. He's back to throw. He throws it over the middle. It's caught by Shallcross, who laterals the ball to Robertson. Robertson down the left side. He is in for the touchdown. We waited for the official signal because he might have stepped out of bounds down the sideline, and it was a perfectly executed hook and lateral play. Bob Shallcross caught it over the middle and lateraled it to Robertson, who raced down the left sideline for his 3rd touchdown of the game with 4 seconds left in the first half. Ocean City cuts it to 28-19.
Wow. I mean, they're Robertson almost looked like he almost stepped out of bounds from over here, but what a perfectly executed play.
Here's the kick by Larkin. It's high enough, and it's good. So it's 28-20 with just 4 seconds left, as there has been some excitement here in the first half. Bourget has 3 touchdowns, including a screen pass reception, and Robertson has 3 touchdowns, including that little lateral play. It's a tough play to score. Some things Ocean City hasn't done a lot this year. That quick pass that they made to Meehan, and of course you don't do this kind of play very often anyway, but they executed it perfectly. Larkin to kick. Ball blown off the tee, put it back on. He's only a couple steps away. He's going to pooch it. No, actually hits a ground ball, and it rolls through to the 41 or 42 yard line, and that's going to that's it. That's the end of the first half here at John Oberg Stadium in Franklinville on the campus of Delsea Regional High School, where the Crusaders of Delsea are leading Ocean City at the half, 28-20. Delsea will get the football to start the second half.
You know, Tom, I think a lot of people are surprised the Raiders have been able to score 20 points here in the first half, but really they've had their offense working. They had a couple of lulls where nobody scores.
Season's over.
Right.
Ocean City to kick off. Larkin with a little pooch kick. It's inside the 35, taking it to 33, returned across the 45 to about the 47-yard line, and that's where Delsea will put it into play.
Yeah, again, the pooch kick is returned. I don't think we've seen it returned maybe once or twice all year, and twice now here in this game, and Delsea will start at their own 48-yard line, which is, boy, you can't ask for a better field position than that to start the second half.
Yeah, you can ask.
You can, yeah.
You won't get it, but you can ask for it. Maxwell under center. Bourget behind him. Motion from the left side. It's Bourget off the left side. He shoots through down to the 45, maybe 44-yard line of Ocean City, close to a first down.
Yeah, they put Kizzy in motion there toward the center of the line, and then he made that left turn and went right into the hole ahead of Bourget and as an extra blocker. And Bourget gets 8 more yards added to that school record total.
Second down, a little less than 2 yards to go. Call it 2. Maxwell under center. Motion from the left. Bourget again. Avoids the tackle, and he's hit hard at the 40. And it'll be a first down. There's a flag on the play.
Yeah, I think that was Lynn, Brandon Lynn.
By number 50, Brandon Lynn.
But there's a penalty after the play. The ball's on the 40. Unsportsmanlike against Ocean City, which will move them down 15 yards more.
Boy, that's a big penalty. Let's see what happened there. I mean, they wouldn't be face mask. They'd give you that signal.
Well, that wouldn't be unsportsmanlike conduct.
Right, that's what I mean. I didn't see anything happen there.
First and 10, the ball down on the 26-yard line. Maxwell under center. Gives it to Bourget. And he drives for about 5, maybe a little more. Down close to the 30.
It's almost
20.
Almost if you can hold them to 5 yards, it's a it's a victory.
They got 4 there.
4 yards of carry would still be a first down.
That's right. Ball's at the 21-yard line. Maxwell comes to the sideline, gets the play. Delsea leads 28-20. 3 touchdowns by Isaac Robertson, 3 touchdowns by Aiden Bourget. Motion from the left side. It's Bourget, little hop step, and he does pick up a yard or 2. Inside the 20 to about the 19. It'll be 3rd and 2.
Well, again, I said before, I think they're in 4-down territory here. Kimmel's, they're not going to attempt any kind of a field goal. So they got 2 shots at about 4 yards here. One of those plays will definitely be Bourget. It's just a question of which one. Official calling timeout.
I think there's an equipment problem with James Wright's helmet again.
Yeah, that's not good. They need him in there.
He needs a new helmet. Okay, it's 3rd and about 4 for Delsea inside the Ocean City 20. They lead by 8. Maxwell keeps it to the left side. He's got room. He pitches it back. Hanna is close to the goal line. It looked like he hit the pylon. Oh, he stepped out of bounds at the 3. He stepped out of bounds at the 3. So, but they get the first down, and it's a goal line situation.
Yeah, that was a play they ran earlier. Fake the ball to Bourget, and Maxwell has the option, and he pitches the ball at the very last second. And they ran that play right here in front of us and stepped out of bounds on the 50-yard line in the first half.
1st and goal at the 3. Maxwell under center. Back split behind him. Gives it to Bourget off the left side, and he's driven back. He may have penetrated to the 2, but it'll be 2nd and goal.
Boy, a host of Raiders. Alex Morales in there. And that was a big defensive play there. The Delsea ran an unbalanced line left and ran the ball left. Only had 2 linemen on the right side of center, and handed the ball to Bourget on that left side with all those extra guys up front. The Raiders were able to stop it.
Holy Spirit scored 2 more times. They lead Gloucester Catholic 22-0. There's Bourget straight ahead. He's hit head on and drives down, but he's short of the goal line. That was a collision there. 3rd and goal. About a yard away.
He's down to the 1. It'll be 3rd and goal for the Crusaders.
He scored 3 already today. 1 is a pass receiver. See if they go to him again or if Maxwell keeps. He does. Maxwell off the left side. And he's in for the touchdown.
Maxwell on the keeper, and that's good for a Delsea.
Took a long time
Touchdown.
to signal touchdown there. But just a good push by the offensive line there. Pretty good few downs there by the Raiders, but pretty tough to hold this high-powered running game out of that end zone when you're at the 3-yard line, 1st and goal.
Second touchdown of the game for Maxwell. It was also kicked 2 extra points. No, kicked 1 extra point and ran for 2.
Right.
Conversion.
They'll go for 2 here. Maxwell hands it off, Bourget, and he's in. So he gets the 2-point conversion and increases that lead at 36-20.
And with 8:19 to go.
That's a big 2-point conversion at this point because that makes it a 16-point game instead of 15.
Kimmel to kick off. 36-20. Delsea leads. It's a line drive kick. Taken by Robertson at about the 18-yard line. He's up the middle across the 30 to about the 32.
Robertson on the return.
He's had a pretty active day.
Key defensive player, too.
Flag on the play down at the 45-yard line.
All the way back at the 45.
There is a flag down.
And it looks like they're going to... Well,
officials are still talking about it. Ocean City had huddled up and was just coming onto the field when they realized that there was a problem, an unsportsmanlike penalty against Delsea.
And that is an unsportsmanlike penalty.
That's 3 unsportsmanlike penalties in this game. 2 against Delsea, 1 against Ocean City.
You know, and it hasn't seemed like the type of a football game where there'd be some unsportsmanlike penalties. I mean, it's been hard fought, a lot of blocking and tackling, running, hard running, but doesn't seem to be that chippiness that normally comes, when you see these kinds of penalties.
Flag was thrown at the 45, but they stepped the penalty off from the 33 where the kickoff return ended. So Ocean City will have it on their own 48-yard line, 1st and 10, trailing by 16. Feifel looks for room and finds a little, squeezes through across the 50 to maybe I think they're going to put it on the 50.
Of course, unsportsmanlike doesn't always have to be extracurricular activities among the players. It could be somebody said something. A lot of different ways to get that penalty. 2nd and 8
at midfield. Feifel shifts the tight end. And another flag.
That's the 3rd time that's happened. 3rd time they do that shift, and the one offensive lineman is looking back at the quarterback, and that's a movement that is being flagged every time.
13 for Ocean City.
2nd and 13. Back at the 45, the Ocean City 45.
What's 7:43 on the clock?
They're resetting the clock again. You could probably hear that in the background. Ocean City will get 14 seconds back.
Done. Quicker this time than last.
2nd and about 13. Feifel takes the snap, rolls right. He's looking downfield. His pass is dropped at the sideline.
Feiffel's pass
Shall Cross
is incomplete.
Concerned with the sideline and getting his foot down and where the defender was, and I guess took his eye off the ball for a moment because he's sure-handed as they come.
bring up
Yeah, I got it.
third and
Slipped over there too. They got that red tarp down to protect the grass in front of the benches, and I think he slipped on that or slipped into that.
Yeah, that's
As did
well
the
out of bounds,
defender.
though.
The defender slipped into that as well.
3rd and 13. Ocean City on its own 45. Feifel drops back, sets in, throws down the middle, and it is knocked away at the last minute. Intended for Robertson. Good defensive reaction.
Rifle's pass
Wow.
is incomplete.
Might have been Kizzy. Looked like, I thought the ball was caught at first.
Knocked away by Khalil Burnett
So it's 4th down and 13, and Lashley will punt.
and 13.
He's back at his own 30.
It was a good pass. Just a good defensive play there in the middle of the field.
Maxwell stands on his 20.
For the Raiders. Mason Maxwell deep. For Delsea, we
Is that a flag?
Yeah, I mean, one of the Raiders is running off the field, and he got off the field before the snap. I'm not sure what the flag is there.
The referee's not going to even bother to signal it. 5-yard penalty against Ocean City is all we know.
Illegal substitution against the Raiders.
Oh.
There you go.
All right. 4th and 18. Here's the punt. Lashley gets a rush, but he gets it away, floats it downfield. Maxwell says, leave it alone. They do. It rolls inside the 30. And Delsea will begin on about its own 29-yard line. A possession or something.
Like being a penalty box?
Yeah, well, not necessarily in the box, but here's a handoff into the line to Hanna. He spins out of a tackle, and Ocean City brings in a couple of other defenders, and they stop him at about the 35-yard line. So almost about 5 yards, maybe a little more than that. Let's call it 2nd and 4.
Yeah, a little bit of almost a misdirection play or a crisscross there in the backfield that time, giving the ball to Hanna when it looked like the play was going to go right. It went left. The Raiders really needed to answer in that last possession, answer that Delsea score like they did in the first half when the Crusaders had scored. Unable to do that. Coming up on 6:40 left here in the 3rd quarter.
Up the middle and to the 40, a flag comes in. Bourget is across the 40 to about the 41. It's a 1st down pending the flag.
Well, it's either going to be usually a face mask or a hold. And the way that penalty's thrown in there into that pile.
It's a face mask penalty against Ocean City, so they got the 1st down, but this will move them a little further downfield.
Yeah, they get the penalty that hurt them on offense, and now they get a penalty that hurts them on defense. It's only a 5-yard, but
Camden's rallying. They trail Cinnaminson 28-20 in the 4th quarter. Seneca has kicked a field goal. They trail Timber Creek 28-24.
It's an interesting score.
Hesitation. Bourget, ball. No, he broke loose. I thought the ball broke loose the way players were diving, but no, he spun loose, and he got it across the 50 to about the 49-yard line for a 1st down.
Apparently Timber Creek just scored, Tom. 35-24.
Okay. 35-24.
A little bit of offense in that game as well.
Well, you got the most successful quarterback in New Jersey history there. Here's Bourget, lost the football.
Aiden Bourget, there's a fumble on the
Looks
field.
like Delsea got it back. They're at the Ocean City 48-yard line.
It's like the only mistake he's made the whole game. One of the offensive linemen, number 51 down there, made a big play for Delsea. Nick Caudill, 5'10", 192-pound senior.
So it's 3rd and 5 at the Ocean City 48-yard line. Motion from the left side. Bourget straight ahead, and he stopped at the 45-yard line. So it's going to be 3rd or 4th down, about a yard and a half to go.
Well, it's an interesting decision. I mean, you got a 2-touchdown lead here and two-point conversion lead. And you're at the 45-yard line. You only need a yard and a half. You got to have a lot of confidence in your running ability as you've moved the ball pretty well today. And yet, you could kick the football and pin the Raiders back deep in their own territory. Looks like they are going to go for it here. I'm a little surprised. Not a lot.
West Deptford has scored twice early in the second half. They lead Pleasantville 38-6. And Bourget gets a first down, drives down to about the 40-yard line.
Bourget on the carry. Tackled by number 31.
Feifel makes the tackle.
Another penalty on the field.
Shawnee scored again. They lead Absegami 28-0.
What was the Pleasantville score, Tom? I'm sorry.
38-6. West Deptford. Now we've got this penalty here, unsportsmanlike against Ocean City. So that's 4 of those in this game. You very rarely see that many. 2 against each team.
I don't know. Like I said before, it doesn't seem to be any chippiness out there and extracurricular activity. I mean, I don't know. I guess some officials call things differently or allow a little more leeway. Who knows? Guess we'd find out afterwards.
Ball's down to the 25-yard line. Handoff off the left side. Bourget down the left sideline. Tries to cut it back, and he's ridden out of bounds. But a big gain. Austin Green chased him down at about the 8-yard line.
Yeah, I don't think Bourget expected to be tackled from behind. He was looking to make a move down there at the 8-yard line, and Austin Green was in pursuit from behind and made a good hit to bring him down.
From the 8-yard line.
A score here is going to make things very difficult, even though there'll still be 16 minutes left.
Timeout, 4:01, which is a bit of a surprise. Not a gigantic surprise. Canton was favored, but the Cinnamin's a good football team. Timber Creek leads Seneca 35-24. Burlington Township is losing to Highland 20-0. Maxwell on the keeper here takes it inside the 5 to about the 3.
He's down to the 3.
He gets up limping, but jogging a little better with each step as he comes to the sideline to get the play.
Raiders had a good defensive stand inside the 3-yard line prior for 2 or 3 downs, but couldn't hold them out on the 1-yard run, facing a similar situation here.
2nd and goal. And driving off the left side, and a flag. It's like Bourget. No, Hannah in for the touchdown, excuse me. Hannah had the ball, takes it in for the touchdown. A flag comes in after the play.
It's against Ocean City, Tom. I don't know what the call's going to be.
Officials talking it over. Get the signal from the referee.
I don't get it.
Personal foul.
That's a personal foul against Ocean City, and the touchdown is...
I don't know.
They'll take it the 15 yards on the kickoff. So it's a touchdown run for Hannah. And that increases it to 44-20. Usually 42-20, excuse me.
When you see the unsportsmanlike and the personal foul, you usually can see something that's happening down there. I just haven't seen anything either way. Yeah, and the kids don't look like they're mad at each other or going after each other, which typically is what would precede something like that, or at the end of a play.
They'll go for 2. Maxwell under center. Motion from the left side, gives it to him. Kizzy trying to cut the right side, and he dives into the end zone for the 2-point conversion.
On the sweep is good for the 2-point conversion.
Well, that's going to make things very, very difficult for the Raiders at this point.
44-20 with 3:14 remaining in the 3rd period. The game of the week produced by Prime Events on 106. if it's in the end zone. Of course, it can't be returned, but it's not going to make it there. It's taken at about the 10, out across the 15 to 20, down the sideline. Shallcross is out across the 30 and close to the 35-yard line.
Bob Shallcross on the return.
Yeah, that's. You would have thought maybe a little better kick than that, but gives Shallcross an opportunity to return and made a nice return. He's going to end up, if it had been an onside kick and the Raiders recovered it, about be where he is now. He's going to be at the 37, maybe 37, 38-yard line.
33, I think.
You're right.
1st and 10 at the 33.
Those lines confuse me.
Feifel with a slot to the right. Hands the ball off. Nice misdirection by Bergman, and Bergman's on the run. At the 50, Liam Bergman will not be caught. Ocean City scores on a 67-yard run by Liam Bergman, who scored from 49 yards away against St. Joe's last week.
I'll tell you, Tom, the most impressive thing about that was he pulled away the last 20 yards. It looked like he was going to be caught from behind. And then it wasn't a contest that last 20 or 30 yards. So just when you think, this game might be out of reach, Ocean City comes back and scores in a hurry after that kickoff return.
44-26, still a 3-touchdown lead for Delsea. Ocean City will probably kick here.
Yeah, at this point, you're so many conversions behind. They're going to go for 2.
2-point conversion.
Ocean City's 2 for 3 on 2-point conversions. Feifel rolls out, floats it into the end zone. Nobody there, so they fail.
Pass is incomplete.
And it's 44-26.
Remaining.
As we said before, Bergman is approaching 1,000 yards for his career. He only needed 80 yards. He got 67 right there, so it's a pretty good chance. We don't have his exact total for this game, that he's over 1,000 for his career. This is a number 8 seed and against the number 1 team in South Jersey. And, of course, it has a lot of impact here. The winner plays this winner. Here's Delsea at about the 3-yard line. Off the right side, Bourget stops short. Gets to maybe the 1.
They must have had a field goal in there as well, Tom, somewhere, because the last score we had was 35-24.
That will be another Delsea first down.
Millville could use that kicker.
Yeah.
Looks like the ball sits right on the 5.
And it will be first and goal from the 6-yard line.
Off the right side and into the end zone. Kizzy scores the touchdown.
For another Delsea touchdown.
His 9th of the year. He has a 2-point conversion in this game.
A lot of offensive stats being padded here for these teams, especially Delsea. They've just really almost scored at will. I would think they've been very successful with the 2-point conversion.
They'll go for 2 again. Maxwell under center. Right side to the goal line. No signal. No, didn't make it. Kizzy tried to get another 2-point conversion, and he didn't make it. But it's 50-26. As Delsea, for the 6th game in a row, scores 40 or more points. This time 50, and they lead Ocean City 50-26. Williamstown has scored again and leads Millville.
And really, it looks like Millville is the only one with an opportunity to do anything.
Here's the kick. It's bobbled, picked up back around the 7 or 8 yard line by Shallcross. And then he loses the football, and Delsea has recovered at about the 15-yard line.
And tried to make something out of it. Looked like he just got the ball stripped there at the 16-yard line. Right return, makes the recovery.
And Delsea will get the ball.
So they've got the ball, Delsea does, on the Ocean City 16-yard line.
John Oberg would probably be happy at John Oberg Field. Although he did certainly have allegiance both teams.
There's a keeper.
Looked like Meehan made the tackle trying to rip the ball away.
Maxwell tried to get off the right side, but he loses a yard. That's a final now. Lenape has defeated Vineland 35-0 in Group 5. So Vineland still looking for its first playoff win in school history. This is their 9th trip to the playoffs.
When was the last time anybody scored more than 50 points against the Raiders?
I don't know.
Been a while. Certainly not this year.
No. Maxwell pitches it back. Hanna trying to get to the outside, and he's driven to the sideline by Robertson. I don't know if he got him out of bounds, but the play stops.
On the option toss.
We do know the highest scoring games, though, in Ocean City history. And we've got how many tonight? 76 points?
Yep, so far.
This is the 8th highest scoring game in Ocean City history. 76 points.
Well, we got 10 minutes left, and Delsea's on the...
91 is the most. They lost to Holy Cross 49-42 back in 1999.
Well, this one's going to be 85 maybe.
Under center, Maxwell. And he gives it straight ahead. Bourget. I don't know if he got the first down. He's close.
He got to the 5, looks like.
67, Art Spackman.
Did he get it? Yep, first down.
Yeah, it looked like the chain was just outside the 5-yard line. He got first and goal.
First and goal, Ocean City at the 5.
Delsea.
Yeah, Delsea at the Ocean City 5. I meant to say.
Yep.
And Maxwell keeps it. Or did he?
Fumble.
Ocean City recovered it. It looked like Chad Dodonna came up with the ball.
Number 77, Chad Dodonna.
So the two teams exchanged fumbles.
50-26, Delsea on top. Ocean City is 95 away on their own 5-yard line. Robertson has scored 3 times, Liam Bergman once. Handoff. Bergman is spun around.
Number 4, Bergman.
May have backed his way for 2 or 3 yards. We'll see where they spot the football. Looks like a 2-yard gain, 2nd and 8.
Kevin
No, this is a situation where, you're going to probably have to throw the ball downfield to have any hope here, and yet, right in the shadow of your own end zone, it's pretty tough to do.
Yeah. Feifel takes the snap, keeps it. Tried to cut back behind a block, but Delsea filled in nicely. He only gains a couple of yards in the play. Pleasantville has scored another touchdown. They now trail 45-12 to West Deptford. I think Sterling. Timber Creek, Kyle Dobbins scores a touchdown. They now lead Seneca 41-31.
So Seneca did not get a field goal because they had 34 at last report, which
that was
10
another mistake, I guess. Feifel pump fakes. He's going to run with the ball. Then he hands it off. And Robertson picks up a couple of yards. I guess he figures I'm a pretty good runner, but Robertson's a little faster. So I'll give it to him.
Yeah, the other thing he figured was if he did hand it to Robertson, he could throw a block, whereas Robertson was behind him and couldn't throw a block for him. So a pretty smart move, and he did throw a block, but wasn't enough to spring Robertson. And it's going to bring up a 4th down punting situation.
Brandon Lashley will be set to punt for the Red Raiders.
Howell leads Cherokee 21-14. The kick rolls all the way out across the 45 to about the 47-yard line. So Delsea will have it on Ocean phone 609-399-0453. You'll find them online at heistagency.com. Maxwell hands it off, driving off the right side and all the way down to the Ocean City 36-yard line. Kizzy on the carry. Another first down for Delsea.
Simple little power play or dive play off right tackle and gains 12 yards. It's an indication of, the type of running game they've had all season. And they're playing a good football team, is Delsea.
1st and 10 at the 36. Motion from the right. Straight up the middle, and down to the 30, a gain of about 6 on the play.
Yeah, you won't see a pass anymore.
That was Jake Nwasu who's in the ball game, replacing Bourget. He's a 6'1", 206-pound sophomore who starts defensive end on the other side of the ball.
Yeah, at this point, the game's pretty much out of reach, and certainly don't want your best running back to get hurt. Plus, you give some other fellows some experience.
Trying to get to the outside is Kizzy. And he's driven out of bounds. He didn't want to go out of bounds. He didn't want to go down, so they had to hit him one more time to knock him out of bounds.
Actually, they kept the clock running there, Tom. So they probably ruled he was stopped before he got out of bounds.
Okay.
Interesting. We're blocked a little bit by the players down there, but the official on the sideline figured, keep the clock winding.
Under center. And trying to break free, Nwasu. He's picks up maybe a yard or two to the 30. And it'll be 4th down.
Austin Green slowed him down. Brandon Lynn got the tackle.
Cherokee has kicked a field goal. They now trail Howell 21-17. Howell, you remember last year, beat Vineland in the last minute of the game. They have a terrific quarterback.
You remember that. I don't remember that.
He was coached by Mike McGarry as a youth basketball player, and he survived that. Straight ahead and close to a first down at the 25-yard line.
Jake Nawasu on a carry.
Apparently didn't get there.
He is short.
So Ocean City takes over on downs. The Raiders will start and lost to Sterling by 3 touchdowns, I think, last weekend. But this one counts a little more.
Well, it happens a lot. You play a team for a second time that beat you badly.
Feifel keeps. Ball loose. Still loose. It goes 3 or 4 more yards away. I'm not sure who got it, but whoever it is around the 38-yard line. Officials haven't signaled. I think Ocean City got it back.
Might have been Feifel getting the ball back.
Jay Wright again on the recovery.
Oh, no. Delsea recovered. Kizzy trying to get loose and can't. He stopped at the line of scrimmage.
Oh, flag.
Tamir Kizzy on the carry. He was tackled by Isaac Robertson. There is a flag on the field.
This is, I don't know, almost looks like it's going to be another personal foul call or something. Not the way you want this to continue. Unsportsmanlike conduct again against the Raiders.
So that'll move them 15 more yards.
That is an unsportsmanlike conduct penalty against the Red Raiders.
Leary has thrown his 100th career touchdown pass for Timber Creek. And they now lead Seneca 48-31. They're still in the third quarter. At least the touchdown was in the third quarter. Hamilton leads Central 21-6. As we said, Hamilton's 3-6, but it looks like they're going to the semifinals in Group 4. First and 10 for Delsea. Off the left side, Nwosu, and he gets some extra running room down close to the first down.
He's in place of Bourget. He's a sophomore, 6'1", 206-pound sophomore. Probably the heir apparent.
On the Ocean City tackle.
Millville has tied the game. Nichols to Ramos touchdown pass and a 2-point conversion by Clayton Scott with 9.5 minutes left. 14-14 Millville and Williamstown.
Big 2-point conversion.
Off the right side, inside the 5, toward the goal line. Did he get in? Yep. Touchdown. Nwosu gets the touchdown. And it's 56-26. So where does that move it up the list? We'll see if they get the 2-point conversion here. I'm surprised when teams give up on the kick just because they don't get the first one. Actually, they got the first one. I take that back. Can't walk underneath the ladder. Here comes the 2-point conversion.
He's carrying a black cat. I don't understand.
And
he takes a knee, and the PAT is no good.
He just took a knee. Well, that moves things along. 56-26 with 3:57 left in the fourth quarter. Ocean City will get the football back. And just since we talked about that earlier,
82 points.
yeah, let's see where that goes on the list. 28-17, Hal leads Cherokee with 2 minutes left. So it looks like Hal will move on. RV has won 57-9 over Eastern. They'll play the Millville-Williamstown winner at Rhine-Cocos Valley. Okay, Delsea to kick off here. Waiting for the signal. Here it comes. End over end, taken at the 29-yard line. Kroger, he's across the 35 and out almost to the 40. So Ocean City will start. The ball's sitting on the 40, but I think they'll move it back. Yep, 39.
Line number 58, Zach Coates.
With 3:50 left.
32, Billy Kroger on the return.
And they trail here 56-26.
Yeah, that'll be interesting to see if we get some other players in the game here. And
Highland leads Burlington Township 41-0. Burlington Township's the number 2 seed. Here's running room off the left side. O'Donoghue rips off yardage, gets the ball across the 50. Ball's on the 48 of Delsea.
calling timeout to move up. Delsea's just called timeout.
Feifel hands it off. O'Donoghue, and he's stopped after about a yard. Highland has beaten Burlington Township 41-0. That's a final. A lot of running clocks here. O'Donoghue sheds a tackler. He's down the right side. He cuts it back up the middle, inside the 30 to about the 26 or 27-yard line.
On the carry. Tackled by number 24, Keyshawn Ventures.
3 minutes left here.
City first down.
Feifel to O'Donoghue. And he shoots up the middle inside the 25 to about the 22. Gateway has beaten Woodstown 28-8 in Group 1.
64, Joe Metzger.
You can probably figure on Timber Creek winning. They now lead 48-31. Here's O'Donoghue off the right side, through a tackle and down to about the 15-yard line. Cadman Catholic has tied St. John Vianney 21-21. St. John Vianney is 9-0.
Well, Camden Catholics comes in 7-1,
Right.
so that's
Lost the Holy Spirit.
yeah.
O'Donoghue again stopped at the 13-yard line.
By number 24, Keyshawn
Second and about 7, 2 minutes left. Ocean City trying to see if they can get another one, especially get one for O'Donoghue. He drives off the right side inside the 10 and close to the first down.
on the carry.
We have a proverb here, though, from Matt Ulmer. When it's 28 degrees, you stay at home. But he's giving you live coverage of this game. Well, if you didn't get a chance to see it, you can watch it. It'll be archived at oceancitysports.com.
Didn't know you had
First and goal, Ocean City at about the 6. O'Donoghue going left, drives inside the 5 to the goal line, and he scores the touchdown. His first.
On the carry. Good for an Ocean City touchdown.
Well, that's a good story there. Had an opportunity to play in a supporting